Hello, William.
Hello. We've got detox tea, and we've got another type of tea that's designed for the new human. Now, we didn't have detox tea when we were old, when we were young, but it's funny that we go through life and it all changes the older we get. And so the appreciations that we had when we were young were different from the ones that we got when we were old. And I haven't really got to when I'm old yet, because I'm still young. And yeah, there we are. That's one of the planned lines. You're never allowed to kill yourself, even when you're really down. I've returned to the place that's a very important place to me, which is Pluscarden Abbey, which is Benedictine monastery. And I met a really, really funky monk last time I was here with my mum a long, long time ago, and he bounced around the gardens telling me stuff, and he was just full of beans, and I loved it here. And so back again to this very wonderful place. My daughter's now 21 years old, and my son's 18, just passed his driving test. And it's all hunky-dory, and I've still lived on this earth, and I haven't died yet, and it's 55. And these are my hands, and they're all old. And they're like bony people and black, and like I used to look at people's hands and they used to be all knackered, and I think, bloody hell, those hands tell a story. And I've got them now, and I thought I'd be young forever. Anyway, thanks be to everything, and our sun point and our light and God. Whoever he is, thank him for helping out and giving me lots of fortitude, which will one day run out. All love. Bye-bye. Autumn, winter, so their life is danced around the cycle. North, south, east, west. Which way's north?
I don't know. But I'd rather you just tell me or not.
Okay, so these are called transepts. So transept just means a point, a cardinal point. Now I say cardinal, what does cardinal mean? North, south, east, west. Okay, so north, south, east, west. Cardinal means four. Okay, cardinal, four, north, south, east,
What's
west.
the transcendental?
So this is that's the north transept, south transept, west transept, not.
Do you mean walk?
Where are we, Luke?
Ireland.
What part of Ireland?
Derry.
Who did we visit today?
Kimberly Petland's parents.
Yeah. Well, we're in the Cawdor Forest, the Royal Forest of Cawdor, and we found a nice little larch spinney, and this is where we're camping tonight. Matthew's doing the wood. He's in charge of the fires. Do you have large trees, Matthew, where you're from?
Everywhere. We have large trees in every forest where I'm from. Big oak trees, big pine trees, good trees. I love to smoke good trees.
And this is an unblemished forest. And I feel a little naughty here, camping, because I know we're not supposed to, but maybe I am being paranoid.
What do you mean we're not supposed to?
Well,
There's
that's
no sign, Dad, and you're allowed to camp in the forest.
so that's me being a silly old man.
Yeah. Oh, it's good to take precautions.
Hello.
Durham,
Right,
Tuesday
now-
of April.
Now you might think that this was a subarctic operation by the SBS or the SAS or something, or with special operatives, a girl, a fire and a snow, and a boy that might be Roma. You never know.
A
So
prison
is this
escapee.
a prison escapee? Is this a prison? Well, the A thing is it a special operation in Norwegian territory to capture the Queen of Norway, or now the tent's gone flat? Shit, it doesn't look like a special operation. Okay, so anyway, okay, who are you? Who are you, you two?
Take off my socks, take off my socks.
Who are you?
We're here to... We're not gonna reveal our identities.
Yeah, we can't. We're special agents. I'm special agent Basinski.
Right. Well, this is not your forest. Who are you, anyway? You, the male contingent.
I've been serving my sentence in one Lithuanian jail, and one day I decided that I can take no more of it. And I brought this girl all the way back from Lithuania,
Who found me playing in the snow.
and now we're here. We
Ru-
came to Norway to
Right.
steal all the women.
Right.
I'm a lesbian.
Right, okay. Well, who built that tent over there? That was me. Who built this tent?
Me.
That's a very fine tent. So, Lou, it's the first time I've ever camped
In snow.
in in the snow in Scotland. We usually do it in the summertime. And we had a nasty experience with the police. There was a big fat policeman, and he told us we weren't allowed in the north of Scotland. That's terrible, because of the COVID virus. Now, what else? Come on, Luke, you've got to talk now.
We travelled from Glasgow, a really nice city, a really nice flat. Well, not a really nice flat, okay flat. To come and see, to go on the North Coast 500, which is supposed to be very beautiful around the coast. But then, yeah, we got stopped by the police, so now we're setting camp here, and hopefully we'll be embarking on a new journey tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's going to be slightly illegal now.
Yeah, well, we won't. Yeah, I don't know.
Take off your socks.
This is Glen Torridon.
All of them?
Now, Matthew,
You can leave them those there. Yes.
do you have another name apart from Matthew? That's a Russian name or a Belarusian name?
I'm afraid I do.
What is it?
Ow!
It's Matvey.
Matvey.
Matvey, you're right. And nobody calls me that. Because the last person who called me that didn't end up quite well, and you might suppose that was the reason that I went to jail for. But the reason I went to jail for was actually for cannibalism. But I
Right.
didn't eat the guy who called me Matvey. So it's up to you to guess what happened to that
infer
person.
what you did.
Yeah. Okay. And Matthew, Matvey, when you are in a Belarusian forest,
Yes.
how often have you been camping in these conditions?
Oh, I used to live in the forest and I was raised by wild pigs. So, forest is my natural habitat. I detest living anywhere else except for a forest.
And you started that fire very well, Matthew. So do you camp in the snowstorms very often? Because it is a bit of a snowstorm right now. I can't believe we're camping in a snowstorm.
Well,
It's not a
there's lots
snowstorm.
of things that you can't believe.
But
in.
Matthew,
Doesn't
do
mean
you,
that-
Matvey, do you, Matthew, do you often camp in Lithuania in snow? It's not common.
Well,
Or is it common?
when it snows,
Yeah.
I camp. When it doesn't, I camp. I don't really care if it's snowing or not. Nothing will stop me from camping, especially in Scotland.
What about a warm bed and breakfast?
Those are all fruits of the civilization, which is alien to me.
Yeah, that's right.
My ancestors lived in the forest.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Argyle Street, Lute's accommodation. Going along here. Under her house is a vegetable shop. Vegetable shop, which is called Roots and Fruits. Next to her house is Porter and Sons, Porter and Rye, and then there's Lute's house, Graffiti Central. This is her door. We enter. Dun dun dun. Here we are. This is a very old tenement flat. We're going upstairs now. And look at the arches on the roofs. It's rather interesting. Stone stairs. Right here is the vegetable shop. And then we go up. Dun, dun, dun. This is, they say on the window, please don't leave your trash here. That's the view outside the back of Lute's house. Dun, dun, dun. Now we're going up, Graffiti Central. Looks like a junkies hangout, but in fact it's not. It's Lute's house. And here we go. The tenement goes up to the next floor up there. But we're going to 2-1, 1135 2-1. And we enter into the apartment. Here we go. And this is Matthew.
Lithuanian Hulk.
Lithuanian Hulk. Who
Just came out of a bath, a hot
That's right.
bathtub.
Very
Took care of
good.
myself.
And now we're moving on. And just across, as soon as you enter the house, it's the first room on the left is Lute's. That's the toilet. The bathroom's there. The kitchen is over here on the other side. That's the kitchen. It's a nice kitchen, got flowers. Happy birthday, it says there. Big old windows, that's looking out the back of the kitchen. So here we are. This is the unwashed student kitchen. Here we are, a water heater. And then out there is the garden. So they're up there, this is an old sandstone building. This is a building here, quite old. This is the kitchen. It's got one gas cooker here, and it's definitely a dangerous kitchen. Frank Zappa, please do not congregate in this area, maintain social distancing. We went to Findhorn today, the Findhorn community. This is Lute's, obviously, from China. And then now we're going outside and going back over to Lute's house. This is actually 2 apartments joined together, and they're all students in here. And we're moving on into Lute's room. And this is where Lute lives and works, or avoids work, more to the point. And then that's her old thing. And she's got a constable on the wall. It's not an original, but it's almost an original. So that's where Julia lives. That's Salisbury Plain there. And there's the Glasgow boys. And Luke doesn't even know that she's related to the Glasgow boys and the Caddles.
What do you mean?
I mean what I say.
Well, why don't you explain it?
I have many times, but she doesn't listen, Luke.
Explain it to Glamour?
Well, she's related to the Caddles, who are
Caddles, how do you spell that?
Caddell, who are head of Royal Academy of Drama and Art, and also famous Jean Caddell was an old visitor to Ord, and they were great friends. And she was a very famous actress.
No sign on here. I don't know.
Well, that's because Luke doesn't know what she's talking about, but that's nothing new there, is it? And she doesn't
how
listen,
are we
so she's
related
best
to the Caddles? How are we related?
through friendship.
Oh, so we're not.
We're not blood relations, but we're old, ancient friendships.
Okay, and who were they head of? What was the art? What art academy?
Well, just write Selina Caddle. Write down Selina Caddle now, and you'll probably get it. No, S-E-L. Anyway, that's enough. So that's Luke's house. So over and
Are
out.
you avoiding the question?
I'm
This
not.
one.